Hello guys. So this is Rana Gaming and Technology, and today I'm back with my new video on how we can actually create teaming in Windows 2012 servers. So if we talk about earlier versions of Microsoft Windows till 2008, you may require some additional software to create NIC teaming in those versions of Windows. But in Windows 2012, Microsoft releases a wonderful feature where you can do it inside the Windows. So you don't need to use any different software or any network firmwares, because I actually remember while I was having a Windows 2008 Hyper-V cluster, and it was a blade chases, IBM blade chases, and there were you can say six network cards, and I have to install the NIC company firmware, a small software that requires to create teaming network. But later on, I upgraded the environment to 2012 and later version of Windows. Then it becomes much easier. You don't need to install any software, or it's actually hard to find the correct software you want to install for creating the teaming in Windows servers. So here is one node I have. The machine name is node 2. I have created this machine for this purpose only. So now you can see guys what I have done here. So in if you are talking about a test environment in Hyper-V, let me show you how you can actually have two different networks. So you go to the virtual switch manager. In production as well, we also created. So I have already created two switches here. These are virtual switches. These are used to separate the networks for different VMs. These are created for different VLANs. So I'm not tagging any VLANs here, but I just created an internal network so that my machines can communicate, or my host can communicate with each other. That's all. So it's a very simple. I just created two switches, virtual switches, and this is here in the virtual switch manager. Now I will create a separate video for this. This is very important when you are talking about the different VLANs or security or communication of VMs separately. And at the same time, you go to the settings of the VM and you add two networks there. And for the first network, you select the switch 1, and for the second network, you select the switch second, so that they actually communicate each other with different virtual switches. Okay, this is the configuration here. Now what we have to do, we have to go to the local server, and here you see this NIC teaming, right? So click on the disabled. Okay, so we have this window comes up. This is specifically for NIC teaming configuration in Windows 2012 onward servers. You can find it in all the later version after Windows 2012. So here you can see at the top, you see the servers here. So is node 1 name, and the status is online, and it's a virtual server, right? Server type. It gives you the detail of the server. If you can find out some options here, you can go to here, add servers, in case you want to create teaming for some remote server. You can actually edit it from here, and you can do that. On the left pane, you see the team. Currently, we don't have any team, but we can create it from here, the task, and you click on new teams. On the right side, you at the bottom you see the adapters and interfaces detail. So I have two network adapters, you see 10 gigabytes, and team interface, I don't have a team interface. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm just click on this task and I click on new team. So here you will prompt with the configuration of teams, new NIC teams. So now you can give some name, let's say NIC underscore team for my team. Here there will be a list of all the NICs. You can choose which network cards you want to include in your teams. You can see the additional properties. For now we have a simple, so we cannot actually change the teaming mode. Once you have some roles installed on the server, there will be options. Either you want to create a switch independent or LACP teaming based on Hyper-V. So different options you will be. But for me, it's not here because it's a simple team. Load balancing method is address hash, and standby adapter. I have put all both the adapters to serve as active. You can what you can do. You can just select one adapter for active at a time and another as a standby adapter. So you can select network 2 as a standby, but I will not select it. I will select all adapters should be active. So I just click OK. It will now create a team network for me. So here you see the team is created with the name. Status is OK. If status is not OK, then there's a problem on the NICs or somewhere on the switches where those NICs are connected through a LAN cable. So you need to check that. Here you see the details. There are two adapters and they show status active. On the team interface, you can find there's a interface created. It's a by default interface. In case you want to create more virtual interfaces, you can just go here and you can create some separate VLANs or different type of networks maybe you want to separate from somewhere. So this is how you guys can create the teaming in Windows 2012 and onward servers. It's very simple. There is nothing more typical in this. And once you go to your network sharing center and you go to adapters, you will find it's there. So here you can see there are two active adapters I have. I use them. These may be your physical adapters on a server, physical server, and this is the virtual teams network. Now you can go here, go to the properties, and I will always just disable the IPv6, and in the IPv4 you assign any IP addresses to this. So you assign IP to a team adapter, not to the individual. My God. So you assign the IP address to the team adapter, not the individual networks. You can type in some DNS server for this and you can just click OK, OK. Okay, so it will identify. You can just then go ahead and you can start working to add this to your domain. Maybe you want to add it to some domain, rana.com, something like that. Let me show you how you can add it to domain. So let me start my domain controller and let me try ping, and it is up. Okay, let me try to ping once more. I think my domain controller is still coming up, so it is taking some time. Okay. Okay, it's still booting. Let's wait for a while and have some patience and faith while it comes up. Okay, my domain controller is up. Now I can try to ping it and let me see. Still not pinging. Possible reason maybe the firewall is on. That was it's a reason. Let's try to put it on the domain because most of the time ICMP traffic is blocked. So I click OK. Okay. Okay, so what could be the reason? Let me troubleshoot something. Try to run NSLOOKUP, which is our basic command to look up for domain controller or maybe the DNS server. And I found that it's not able to recognize the name. Again, I go to teaming adapter C, primary DNS I have mentioned here. All seems fine. Let me disable and enable my team adapter once because it may be possible it's not identifying the network because my domain controller was booted after this one. Okay. Dun, dun. It's resolving, but it's not getting the name. Let me try from here. 10.0.0.20. No, it's not pinging from there as well. Mm. Okay, let's try that here once more. Normally, it's not able to resolve the DNS name. That is the reason it's not able to actually find out the prem.com domain. And I need to find out if I'm putting the correct details. 255.10.10.1.1. All seems okay. And all these should not have any IP. Okay, I understand what would be the reason. So, um my domain controller is actually running on switch 1 only. That's a different switch, and my NIC teaming, where I configured the NIC teaming, it's having two switches, so it may be not finding the path to the server. But that's okay. You could be able to add it to domain. Our purpose was to just clarify the details how you can configure the teaming in a server Windows 2012 onwards, where you see the options are very easy. You can easily configure all these teaming options within the server manager. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and please subscribe. I have very low subscribers, very few, and also comment, like my video. Let me know if you want to have some specific video on anything. I will help you with that. Or maybe if you have any query you stuck somewhere, then let me know. I will. You can type the question in comments, and I will get back to you and with the answers. So thank you guys for watching this video today, and have a nice day.